Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next-level tactics. From off-site and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
Welcome back to another episode of the SEO.co podcast. Today we're doing a one-shot, what is cost per click in PPC? If pay-per-click or PPC advertising is new to you, the many metrics and terms might confuse you at first. The words you'll see the most are PPC and cost per click. It's good to offer quick summaries of both, but understanding what they're about and how they're related takes explanation, as we'll do next. When you begin to focus your website efforts on gaining more visitors, you can choose Managed Search Engine Optimization or PPC advertising, among other things. Most websites do both. PPC is a form of digital advertising where you pay every time someone clicks on your ad. You may have the campaign set up for a certain sum per click. Usually, site owners establish a daily budget that they want to spend. The value of every click will vary based on the search volume and competition. Your other option when you choose PPC advertising is to pay for your ad's impressions. This is also known as views. The term means how many times your ad is put on a page from the advertising source, no matter if it was seen or not. Impressions are counted by cost per 1,000 impressions, or CPM. If you use Google Display Network ads, you're probably paying per 1,000 impressions. Impressions don't require the prospect to click on anything. They may not take any action. With clicks, you know that the person actually clicked your link and visited your site. They haven't viewed your site yet or bought anything, but getting them there is step one. CPC measures how much a click costs you in a given industry for specific keywords. Cost depends on how popular those keywords are and how often they're searched. If you run advertisements for Adele bloopers and Adele falls down the steps the next day, you'll pay a much higher CPC because there will be so many more searches for that phrase. If you set a fixed budget, you won't lose your shirt, but your funds will be gone faster. CPC is one aspect of PPC marketing, but CPC may refer to the entirety of PPC advertising. CPC helps you determine how pricey a keyword phrase is against the advantage of gaining the clicks. It's helpful to decide on the best terms to select and when you figure out your return on investment when the campaign is running. So, how do you determine your CPC? These factors decide what your CPC is, either on Bing or Google. First, maximum bid. This is the sum you'll pay when a prospect clicks your ad. Next, quality score. This comes from the quality of the landing page, the relevance of keywords, and CTR. Lastly, the rank of the ad. Factors within and outside your control influence this, such as search context, quality of the ad when you started the campaign, and how much you bid. Keep in mind that having a high bid doesn't mean you'll win the auction. If you keep the highest quality score and ad rank possible, you can obtain an excellent return with your PPC ads. So, are you looking to get ideal results from your digital campaigns? Then you need to lower your CPC. Here are some surefire ways for great results. First, fine-tune your audience. The audience you target is a significant factor that will affect your cost per click for social media and PPC ads. You want to get your ads in front of people who desire your services or products and get a click. To lower CPC, determine who the audience is as accurately as possible. So, how do you do this? Think about the people most likely to line up and buy your products or services today. Who is your ideal customer? Consider age, marital status, purchasing habits, hobbies, gender, and occupation. All of these demographics affect the audience's buying decision. For instance, single women who are 20 years old and like running will have different characteristics than married men who are 55 and love to sail. When you refine your audience, you're getting more specific on who you want to reach. Of course, your business could have several ideal customer types. You should have different ad groups for each one. Next up, devise relevant advertisements. It seems obvious, but creating ads your audience will respond to is essential. The relevancy of each ad affects social media and PPC advertising. With PPC, the relevancy of the ad applies to the quality score. It's a significant factor that affects the quality score of each ad. Google will check the keyword selection and the ad to check that it dovetails with those keywords. When you own a high-quality score, your ads will be placed higher. You'll get better leads. Also, you can get lower cost per click because of the ad's high relevancy. In this way, you can drop your CPC with effective pay-per-click advertising. When you do your social media ad buys, the relevancy of the ad affects your cost per click. Social media websites strive to put relevant ads in front of the appropriate audience. When you make your ad highly relevant to your chosen audience, your cost decreases. If your ads aren't quality, they may not only receive a poor score, they could also be suspended from Google altogether. Next up, write an outstanding call to action, or CTA. Some write it as an afterthought, but the CTA is probably the most essential part of your digital ad. It gives the prospect instructions on how to interact with you. An effective CTA matters because it nudges the person in the appropriate direction. Many prospects will be intrigued by the ad and want to move forward. If you're doing PPC ads, you'll want a compelling CTA on the landing page. This will grab more leads for your site. Don't make the CTA generic. If you say click here, yawn, they aren't learning anything about the next stop. Try something specific, such as download your free report now. They know what's going to happen, and they're getting something valuable to them. Now that you've learned more about CPC, PPC, and how to lower your cost per click, you should be ready to craft some compelling ads that will make your business more profitable. And that's all we've got for this episode. Thanks again for listening to the SEO.co podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.